Buffalo Bills, 17-point comeback. Fresh off of the very tough loss to Miami.
Why would you bring that second part up?
Because it happened within 6 days.
Okay, fine, whatever.
How do you feel?
I feel great. Look, I don't put any stock into that Miami game. Whatever happened, happened. You played well enough. You had nobody on the field. I am amazed at what the Bills were able to do against the Ravens. You were down 20-3 with 4 minutes left in that first half. And here's the thing, man. The stand they got there on that last Ravens drive, if the Ravens punch it in for 7 there, the game's over. You're not going to make up those points in the second half in that kind of weather. They did it with their roster decimated again. They had 3 healthy wide receivers in for most of the second half of that game. You had Jordan Poyer as the only consistent starting defensive back in that game, and he made 2 massive plays. 1 play in that end zone, and I'm going to say it, everyone's calling me stupid. That is a season-saving interception with 4 minutes left. This Ravens team is going to be up there for the potential first overall seed. That's the difference between a game in Buffalo in the playoffs and a game in Baltimore in the playoffs. That was what, and you won a 1-possession game finally. Everything you needed to see as a skeptical fan happened Sunday against Baltimore.
How does he not mention the fact you came back and won this game? Something that the Buffalo Bills have been questioned about before when you're down and they come back and they win.
If the Bills historically over the last couple of years, and first of all, you are stupid, but just because you have a good point, I appreciate, you just saying what you're putting out there. But what to your point, the fact that the Bills came back to win after being down as far as they were, and the fact that if the Bills are not historically over the last couple of years have not blown the doors off of a team, they're not winning the game in those close games. That whole situation in that second half felt fantastic to watch as a fan, fantastic to watch as a fan of football in general, because
Absolutely.
Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen is an electric matchup. Absolute, so much fun to watch.
It is the key of those two things. First of all, they're brothers, so he can call him stupid. I can't call him stupid. He can call him
You
stupid.
can do it too. I'm not. What am I going to do about it?
I'm not a brother. I mean, what are you going to do? But at any rate, what are your thoughts on about that? Because there have been this sort of matchups, Allen versus Mahomes, not so well, but Allen against Jackson and getting this win and potentially seeing this team in about another 3 or 4 months.
Okay, first of all, Allen versus Mahomes. Allen got the win in the regular season last year and should have got the win against him in the playoffs. Okay, that wasn't his fault. That's the defense's fault. Look, man, the AFC when it comes to young quarterbacks is amazing. It's like the late 80s, early 90s all over again with Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, Boomer Esiason, Jim Everett, right? Like, you're going to have this season potentially matchups between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Justin Herbert gets thrown in there, right? You got the Burrow situation, trying to figure out that whole thing. It looks like Trevor Lawrence is all of a sudden blossoming into a legitimate prospect. As wide open as the NFC is for who's going to come out of it, anything can happen because of the talented young quarterbacks that reside in the AFC right now.
Got a young quarterback against Pittsburgh. What are your thoughts this week?
I mean, it adds some level of anxiety as a Bills fan. I'll be completely honest with you, because if I knew that we were going against the Bills were going against Mitchell Trubisky, I feel a little bit better about it. Not knowing what Kenny Pickett can bring to the team or to the Steelers offense that is completely reeling, that needs a shot, that they got a shot with putting Pickett in with the second half of last week's game. It adds a level of maverick that I'm not excited to see. Now, the probability of him being successful against a Bills defense is low, don't get me wrong, but it's still a level of uncertainty that I don't feel comfortable
worry
with.
about his facial expression.
You shut Lamar
do.
Jackson out in the second half. Kenny Pickett is a first-round rookie who, in his debut, in a half of football, threw a Peterman, almost a half a Peterman, over a half a Peterman of interceptions. You're a 14-point favorite, and Kenny Pickett makes you nervous?
The Bills were a 16-plus point underdog against Minnesota a couple years ago before an unproven rookie quarterback came in and
not his first start in history.
Okay.
All right, let's go Duffalo, the podcast. This is what they do. You've got to watch it. You got to listen to it. I don't even know if I want to do a video. It's audio now, right?
It's all audio because of that stupid mustache he's got.
See, look at these two. This is so much fun.